I am the first generation after Holocaust.
Больше всего.
My father survived Holocaust. He was the chief rabbi for Riga, Latvia.
I am working for this summer here at the Riga Ghetto and Holocaust Museum, and I am a student at WWII.
What will be most meaningful is, with this entire project at the Riga Ghetto and Holocaust Museum, is just the preservation of any information that can be found.
The memory is very, very important. The story of Jewish people in Latvia, the story of the occupation, the hard times.
The ghetto was something totally strange and totally new for the city. There was never some ghetto historically.
When I think about the people who were literally imprisoned here in this location and were forced to go through those sufferings that are entailed with it and all the horrible tragedies that they experienced, being willing to make those hard decisions for each other and to support each other and to be willing to bear some of that burden.
They were living in a very confined place in very poor conditions for months. This is anyway hard life. And there is very strongly forbidden any kind entering from outside, trying to run away. Such persons would be shot without warning.
The purpose of this museum is to be able to find the names and stories of every Holocaust victim in Latvia. And these people deserve to be remembered.
Every single name is an individual person, a mom or a dad or a daughter or a son or a sister or a brother, and so none of the names can be forgotten.
In Riga, the ghetto served as that concentration area where they were gathered, separated from the people. And it was, you could say, sort of a way stage for where most of them then ended up, which was in this forest, where they then perished.
Everyone was hopeful, till the very end, when they went to Rumbula, when they were going to that forest there.
During these 2 days of murdering, Nazis murdered in this forest 25,000 of people. 24,000 of them were Jews from Riga ghetto.
That's an enormous loss of life. The markers are here to show exactly where those mass graves were. We've been able to determine that.
It shows how in few months ethnic minority can be almost totally wiped out.
In prison, I saw him next, condemned to meet a traitor's doom at morn.
These people were forced to give everything for their faith and for God.
The tide of lying tongues I stemmed and honoured him mid shame and scorn.
There is such a stereotype of the Jewish prisoner of ghetto, of the concentration camp, who's broken, who's got no power else left in him. But in fact, so often they were very, still to the very end, quite strong inside.
There's a lot to be admired and to learn from them. It's about diligence and resilience and hard work.
My friendship's utmost zeal to try, he asked if I for him would die.
But it's precisely at this time when you also see people doing tremendously humane and charitable acts.
I have seen so many stories of the ghetto prisoners, and not a single one of those was about giving up. The spirit of man could not be broken when you broke his body.
The flesh was weak, my blood ran chill, but my free spirit cried, I will.
We're of different faiths, but God loves us the same. We're brothers and sisters, and are willing to bear some of that burden that comes through the suffering of life.
They got the chance to escape, they got the chance to forget and forgive. There was always that a little brink of hope in the end.
We can't frame it on the wall or write a curated piece about it, but hope is something that we can share at the end of the story. There is hope.